Hi everyone, welcome back to new Model Barmy channel. Happy New Year to you all. So what have we got this time? Oh, it's another Bagnall. What's he going to do with this? Well, I picked this up cheap online, as I think it's a broken down part of the Hornby iTraveller set. But I like these little Bagnall locos. They're a good basis for a project. Now, I'm interested at the moment in exploring the different scales for narrow gauge. Now, what I wanted to work out was how big a scale you could go up to still running on 00 track. So I thought, could we build a loco that was effectively 1/35th scale on 00 track? And I reckon I can probably do it. So, to help me in this project, I have enlisted the help of this 1/35th figure. So it's a Tamiya British infantryman, which I will convert to wearing probably overalls, make him a driver. And this figure will help me determine what scale and size I can actually make the cab up to and the bonnet. So he will be pressed into use. He looks harmless enough at the moment, sorry about that, but don't worry, he has got limbs and they will be attached, but I just needed to work out the heights. So I'll come back to the driver. I think what I'm going to do is I shall use the sides of the bonnet, essentially, of this model and the top, but split them all up to make them larger, and I'll probably scratch build a new cab. So that's my plan. I've chose the Bagnall particularly because it's got a nice flat die cast base, so when you pop the cab off, here we go, that comes off very easily, and the bonnet, this is a great base for producing a larger scale narrow gauge loco. I think I'll keep the tension lock couplers just to make life simple, but obviously I'm going to increase the width but not necessarily the length, but because it's die cast it's a nice weighty chassis. So that's our starting point. So hopefully you'll stick with this. I don't know how many parts this is going to be, might just be one, not sure yet. We'll see how we go. I don't want to make the video too long, so it might be a two-parter, but yeah, let's crack on. So much later, this is where I'm at. So as I suggested, I've cut the original bonnet assembly up and used the component parts, sort of spread them out on a larger bonnet. As I suggested as well, scratch built the cab, made the sort of footplate wider as well. So I think I shall probably fit some valances along here, just to give the loco a bit more presence, because at the moment it doesn't really look a hell of a lot bigger than the 16.5 I scratch built in another video. So the building process has been very similar, which is why I didn't really video it. It is quite straightforward using plasticard to build these fairly rudimentary rectangular shapes. It's quite straightforward. The most difficult part actually is cutting out the window apertures out of this very thick plasticard. So I've gone through countless scalpel blades doing that, and I've ended up neatening the windows by using some Kestrel windows, my fallback product for making all sorts of things. Cut the framing out of them, but just use the surround. So I can make a bit of a feature of that when I paint it. I might just pick them out in silver possibly, and I just thought that would neaten up the apertures. This is where I am slightly jealous of you guys with 3D printing capabilities, because you know you could knock all these components up on your printers using your software. I am very afraid of technology and somewhat of a Luddite, so I'm a long way off getting a 3D printer. I only discovered last week that you can get sliced bread, which was a complete revelation. So yeah, I like this kind of basic stuff, even if it is a little bit more work. Oh yeah, and the driver. And I do work in a mess. Does anybody else work in a horrendous mess like this? It's just the only way I know to work, but there we are. Driver. So he's now got his arms attached, and I've given him a sort of jaunty cap, because I didn't have any headgear to put on him, so I've made that out of milliput. Sorted his trousers out as well, because he had sort of putties on there. So he sits in there. Hasn't got a lot of room, I've got to say. It's a little bit tight, but he will sit quite happily in there as a driver once he's painted up. So that's where we're at. So I think this is going to be a two-parter, so I think I'm going to leave that there, because I've got an exhibition to get ready for next week. So if anybody's anywhere near Bognor, the Bognor Model Railway Club, they've kindly invited me to exhibit at their exhibition, which is next weekend, 15th and 16th of January 2022. So it would be wonderful to meet any of you viewers if you're in the area. So I've got the exhibition to get ready for, and also it might be a while before I finish this, because I've got another project. My son and heir kindly gave me a late Christmas present today, which is a construction set of the glorious old bowling ground, West Ham's real home. So I don't know if you can see that. Only 3,077 pieces. So yeah, that's going to keep me busy for a little while. So I hope you join me for the next episode, where hopefully I'll have the main part of the construction done, and we can start thinking about putting some paint on this. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Remember to please like and subscribe. I'm always happy to read your comments. And stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.